What is up guys, Jarv here, back today jumping into Destiny. We are back with another This Week in Destiny, giving you all the heads up on everything that you can expect for the up and coming week. This week is the final week of Season of Plunder. We have the final cutscene for Season 18. We've got a full breakdown of all the weekly rituals and more importantly what tests is available for Bright Dust this week. Once again, there's a lot to get through, so be sure to stick around and enjoy the video. If you do enjoy the video, be sure to leave a comment and rating down below, and remember to subscribe for more Destiny 2 content. Just over 70% of the viewers on the channel aren't currently subscribed, so make sure to hit that red button and ring that bell to make sure you don't miss an update. But without further delay guys, let's jump into the video. Another week and another This Week in Destiny. This week marks week 15 of Season 18 and is the finale week for Season of Plunder. This week we get a brand new cutscene. This was leaked a few weeks ago as a result of some data mining. We're not going to cover that in this video today though, so we can experience it in game, but make sure to jump into this week's weekly reset to get the conclusion of Season of Plunder and set yourself up for Season 19. Now with Season 19 just around the corner, it's highly likely we'll start getting some news a few days prior to the launch of the new season. So keep your peepers peeled to the channel and I'll be sure to keep you up to date. Now as always, we're going to kick off with the King's Fall Raid Challenge for the up and coming week. This week's challenge is called The Grass is Always Greener and can be found over in the Totems Encounter. Now for this one, players cannot take the same brand type twice in a row. So to get this challenge done, you'll need to rotate from left to right or right to left, depending on which side you start on, taking a unique brand through each rotation. Now this is probably one of the easier challenges in the King's Fall raid, and if you and your team can pull it off, there's an additional raid chest waiting for you alongside some sweet harrowed loot. Now moving on to the featured raid and dungeon content. Now the Vow of the Disciple returns as the featured raid. Now with that in mind, this will mean all the challenges are available, so if you're still working through those for your Disciple Slayer seal, this week will definitely be the week to give that raid a go. On top of that, it's an excellent opportunity to chase down those weapon patterns if you're still crafting those raid weapons. Now as for the dungeon this week, the Prophecy returns as the featured dungeon. Now the Prophecy launched alongside Season of Arrivals and is a firm favourite. Now not only is this dungeon unique, it has some incredible armour and weapons available to it, and much like the Vow of the Disciple, if you can take out the final boss, both of these featured pieces of content also offer pinnacle rewards. Now next up we're going to move on to Dares of Eternity and this 30th anniversary pack activity, and for this week we have 3 armor sets available, and these are all from Faction Rally. We have the Anti-Extinction suit set, which is the old armor set for Dead Orbit, alongside the Sovereign suit set, which is the old armor set for the New Monarchy, and to round us out we have the Simulator suit set, which is the old Future War Cult set. So if you're new to Destiny or you didn't partake in that particular event, make sure to jump into Dares, and these armor pieces can drop during the activity when you complete it, or by handing in strange coins over at the Star Horse over in the Treasure Hoard. Now as for the weapons this week, we have a small range of weapons from Season of the Worthy and Season of Arrivals. We have the Enigma's Draw sidearm, the Dire Promise, the True Prophecy, the Timeline's Vertex Fusion Rifle, the Honor's Edge Sword, the Interference, the Distant Tumulus, the Arsenic Bite Bow, the GN7 Pulse Rifle, and the Escape Velocity Submachine Gun. As always, these weapons are exclusive to Dares of Eternity, so you don't have good rolls on them. Make sure to jump in this week to get your hands on those. Now next up we're going to move on to the weekly rituals, and we have a new Nightfall for week 15. We have Fallen Saber return as the featured Nightfall and Grandmaster Nightfall for the week. Now this is a reprised strike from Destiny 1 and is certainly full of overload champions, but if you and your team can overcome this challenge, then the Duty Bound is available as a Nightfall exclusive reward. The Adept version is also exclusive to the Grandmaster difficulty, and this will be your last opportunity to get your hands on this weapon, as this weapon is being removed from the game upon the launch of Season 19. Now as for the Crucible this week, Team Scorched is back. Another excellent opportunity to finish out some of your seasonal challenges before the end of the season on the 6th of December. So if you find yourself in the need for a few more games, then make sure to jump in this week to get those challenges done. Now just as a public service announcement, as this is the last week of Season 19, it's also your last opportunity to earn a large pile of Bright Dust by completing your seasonal challenges. Now whilst there are no new challenges this week, you are very time limited on the challenges you can now complete. You'll need to complete 75 in total to get your hands on this massive pile of bright dust, so if you can, make sure to try and do it before the end of the current season. Now next up, we're going to move on to the Lost Sectors for the final week of Season 18, and we kick off the week with the Excavation Site. You'll be facing Barrier and Unstoppable champions with a chance of a pair of exotic boots. On Wednesday, Concealed Void is back, this time though with Barrier and Overload champions offering up a pair of exotic gauntlets. For Thursday, Bunker E15 is in rotation with Barrier and Overloads as well, this time offering exotic chest pieces. As for Friday, Perdition will be back with Barrier and Overloads as well, finally giving you that chance at those exotic helmets. As for the weekend, on Saturday, the Conflux is our challenge with Barrier and Unstoppable champions, giving you another chance at those exotic boots. For Sunday, K1 Crew Quarters returns on the moon with Barrier and Overloads this time, giving you a second chance at a pair of exotic gauntlets. And the final Lost Sector for Season 18 is the K1 Logistics over on the moon. This will also have Barrier and Overloads, this time giving you that final chance at exotic chest pieces. So if there's an exotic you're still chasing, or you're still filling out your exotic armor collection, then be sure to plan your week accordingly. And if you want to check out this calendar for yourself, make sure to do so over in Today in Destiny, and I'll leave the link to this down in the video description below. And finally, to round us out, we have the most important part of the week, and that's what Tess has available for Bright Dust in week 15 of Season of Plunder. Now over in the featured Bright Dust shelf, we have the Omen of Saturn, this awesome exotic sparrow that forms part of a cosmetic set. Now if you're a big fan of these Telesto themed items, make sure to pick this one up for 2,500 Bright Dust. That's alongside the Grimmest Hunter, an awesome weapon ornament for the Leviathan's Breath. This is brand new this season and has been setting people back 700 silver. But if you want to pick this one up, this will cost you 1,250 Bright Dust. Next up, we have Hazardous Projection, a new ghost projection for Season 18. Once again, this also forms part of a projection set that can be picked up individually this week for 1,500 Bright Dust. And as for the shader this week, we have Welded Brass. This is a rare shader from Season of Dawn. So if you missed out on this one, and it looks pretty awesome here on my Warlock in fact, then make sure to pick this one up, and this will set you back 300 Bright Dust this week. Now over in the main Bright Dust store, we have the Fiddler's Dance, an exotic emote. Now this hasn't been available all season and will only be available for Bright Dust this week. This will set you back 3,250 Bright Dust, so make sure to pay Tess a visit, check it out and pick it up. That's alongside the Great Stuff Dance, a legendary emote for this season. Now this one was originally available for 500 silver, but you can pick it up this week for 700 Bright Dust. Next up, we have Lightweight Custom, an awesome exotic sparrow. Once again, this also forms part of a cosmetic set, but you can pick it up on its own for 2,500 Bright Dust. That's alongside Xenothalasic Voyage, another epic exotic ship, again part of one of many cosmetic sets this season, and can be picked up this week for 2,000 Bright Dust. Now next up, we have exotic armor ornaments, and these will vary depending on which class of guardian you visit Tess with. For you hunters, you have one called Charmed I'm Sure for the Liar's Handshake. For you titans, you have one called Mind Vault for your Insurmountable Skull Fort. And for you warlocks, you have one called Induction Ceremony, which is for your Storm Dancer's Embrace. Now these are all available for 600 silver, or you can pick them up this week for 1,500 Bright Dust a piece. The penultimate item on offer is Moonbound Projection, an old ghost projection from Season of the Undying. If you missed out on this, you can pick it up for 1,500 Bright Dust. And last but no means least, we have the Honor of the Empress, an absolutely epic weapon ornament for the Skyburner's Oath. Now this is brand new this season, was originally 700 silver, or can be picked up this week for 1,250 Bright Dust. So there we have it guys, a good look on everything that you can expect for week 15 of Season of Plunder. If you've enjoyed this video, be sure to check out one of the 2 videos you see here in these cards for more Destiny 2 content. And if you want to keep up to date with everything to do with Destiny 2, then be sure to hit subscribe as well. I'm going to jump back into the game as always guys, and I will catch you all again very soon.